Wrap your hands around a Winchester Super X4. It's light on the shoulder and points and swings as smooth as honey butter on a hot biscuit. Most of all, it functions freely when the north wind blows cold. The fastest cycling, most reliable, best patterning auto-loading shotgun ever made. The Winchester Super X4.
And this week on Winchester and Drury's Natural Born,
I haven't shot a deer yet. I'm hoping that happens this season.
Little Ashley, looks like you're all ready to go.
That's him right there.
Wait, what number is
30.
Are you going for both again?
Buckle up this week for some exciting Missouri whitetail action on Winchester and Drury's Natural Born. We're saddled up and tagging along with Gabby and Ashley Playle as they break out their PSEs for some early season whitetail action.
74. He gets to 50 brushes, we're gonna let you try it.
Let's get this party started.
Going into the 2018 deer season, I had one goal on hand, and that was to get my wife Gabby her first deer. Over the summer, her and my sister are about the same size, so we decided to get them both a brand new Carbon Air. Got it in about July, and they were pretty diligent about shooting it all summer. Going into this season with me having a full-time job and Gabby in nursing school, we knew that our time would be limited and that the weekends would probably be our best opportunity to try to get her first deer. Here we go, we're headed in. It's a little after 4. I'm gonna suit up real quick and then head out. Have some pretty high hopes. That's 2 good bucks that we're looking for that we've got pictures of on the Reconics. So DeerCast went from good to great, so that's always a positive sign. We're gonna get in hopefully by around 4:30 and be set up for the night, and like I said, have our fingers crossed and hope Gabby can get a shot at one of them. Going into this night, I told Gabby that I didn't care what she shot, if it was a doe, if it was a button buck, if it was a spike, I really didn't care. The first deer that she would get an opportunity at, I would love for her to shoot it just to get her first deer under her belt.
Studying while I'm here, so making good use of my time. So fingers crossed I get something.
Evening kind of started out a little bit slow. Movement was a little bit late, and all of a sudden she's sitting there studying. We're just enjoying the evening. I'm doing some cutaways with her. Then I looked up across the field and there was a mature buck. This deer was one of the deer that we went in there after, and he was working our way. Deer came in, he got to 40 yards and started to hold up. I knew that she was good out to 40 yards. With that Carbon Air, she's pulling 51 pounds. I knew that it would do the job out to 40 yards with the Rage Broadhead.
Smoked him. You smoked him.
Yes. That was as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I was actually like, calm.
I don't know, but I'm not. I'm shaking.
I don't know what to say. I remember. That was so fast. We were studying and Zach was like, Gabby? And I didn't think I'd have the shot. I didn't think he'd get that close.
She was spot on. She made a perfect shot. The deer ran out of the field, and it was probably one of the best hunts and best feelings that I've ever had hunting. To see her pure emotion the first time shooting a deer was something that I'll hold forever.
What's that right there? That looks like a set of antlers to me.
yeah, it looks like a deer.
Nice one, Gab. Are you happy, Gabby?
Yeah, it only took 4 years. Well, it started off really slow. We only had a couple of does come into our field, and I'm sitting there and Zach says, Gab.
We got a shooter, didn't we?
Yeah, we didn't have a shooter. He was the only one in the field. He was kind of slow getting closer to us, and then I ranged him right about 39 yards, and I shot, and it was good, so.
PSC found its mark, didn't it?
It did a great job. He went, what, like 75 yards?
Yeah, that was the end of this story, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Good night.
All the hard work paid off. That's what matters.
It's a good start to the season, isn't it?
Absolutely. More to come.
This segment is brought to you by Outdoor Edge, makers of the sharpest, strongest replaceable blade knives.
You may think I'm way too chill, but I get it done, got my daddy's will, and I'll always keep a promise. Like a vessel getting tossed on the big blue sea, trying to rock me off my feet. It's you that keeps me solid.
Loyalty. You don't earn it in a day. You earn it day by day.
Country. It's not a place you visit, a station on the radio, or even a state of mind. It's who you are. It finds its roots in your connection with the land and the animals that live there. You go the extra mile and always give back more than you take. You put family first and sow seeds for the next generation to reap. You get up before dawn to see the world more clearly. That's country. Mossy Oak Breakup Country.
We know if you found one crappie, you may have found 1,000. We know the joy of getting your boots back in the mud. We know the journey can be more rewarding than the destination. We know the great outdoors. We love the great outdoors. Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Stop by today for huge savings on the gear you need and the brands you trust. Plus free 2-day shipping at BassPro.com and Cabela's.com.
Forecasting deer movement was just the beginning, and DeerCast has evolved into so much more, offering groundbreaking new features like DeerCast Track, our comprehensive shot tracking guide, a 10-day deer movement forecast, and DeerCast Custom, the ability to tweak our proprietary DeerCast algorithm to best represent your individual hunting areas. Because we don't want to just get you in front of that perfect whitetail. We want you to be ready for everything that comes after. So get ahead of your game and stay there with DeerCast.
Winchester and Drury's Natural Born is brought to you by Cinch Crusher, Bass Pro and Cabela's, PSC Archery, Reconyx Game Cameras, Nomad Apparel, Mossy Oak Camouflage, Analogics Outdoors, DeerCast, Ram Trucks, and Winchester Ammunition. After the 4-year quest, Zach Playle was finally able to get his wife her first ever deer. After hours spent practicing with her PSC Carbon Stealth, Gabby was laser focused when she let the arrow fly on a mature northern Missouri whitetail who was ironically munching on Biologic's last bite.
You smoking?
Yes.
Now we're flipping the calendar to October as Ashley Playle uses the DeerCast app to zero in on her best opportunity to nail one of her target bucks.
2018 season, I got an opportunity to hunt with my oldest granddaughter, Ashley. She's in college and she lives out of town, and so, you know, finding time to take her hunting is sort of a challenge. Well, it's October 5th. My granddaughter, Ashley Playle, is up to bat. It's been raining all day, but according to the weather forecast, it's starting to clear now, and by, you know, shooting time, 4 or 5 o'clock, the sun's even supposed to maybe pop out. So we're going to our Centerfield shooting house, our world-famous Centerfield shooting house. We've been running Reconyx camera pictures all summer, and we've got several shooter bucks are using this Centerfield area. Ashley's boyfriend Riley's in the back seat. He's a pretty healthy fella. We're going to use him if we get one shot tonight to help drag it out. Little Ashley. That's a good looking hat you got on, that Leopold hat. You got Grandpa's Thrive crossbow. Looks like you're all ready to go. 2 pair of Leopold binoculars. No, we need some deer, right?
Yep.
You ready to shoot something?
Yep.
Okey-doke, let's go. We were hunting our center field shooting house. We had a good deer cast for that day, and Zach and Gabby had actually seen the deer in the same field we were hunting like a week earlier. So we decided on the center field shooting house, the old reliable center field shooting house. We hadn't been in the shooting house very long, and deer started pouring into the biologic. I had biologic alfalfa planted, clover. We even had some winter rye and winter wheat planted, and it wasn't long till Ashley's deer came off the creek to the west.
Gets to 50 brushes, we're gonna let you try him. Missed him.
She shot, the arrow went flying, and she had actually hit the shooting house window with the limb of the crossbow. The deer really didn't know what happened, and it sort of went to the left and went up a ditch. And I told Riley and Ashley, I said, I don't think that deer's scared. I said, I think he'll come right back in here. And it wasn't 15 minutes until a smaller buck came in, and then Ashley's buck came in.
That's him right there. Range him out, where is he? Range him. Let's stop him.
Wait, but how far is he?
30. Brr. What do you think about them apples?
Makes me feel a little better.
Where'd she kill him? Where'd she hit him at?
Double lunged him.
Double lunged him.
I heard it.
Huh?
Said I heard it.
How sweet was that?
Was he going for both of you?
Okay, I just went up to the cabin and got some lights and the camera lights, and these guys have got blood to where, just where he entered the timber right here, so let's go Ash and see what we can come up with. Well, there's blood right there. Ashley's got him. Relatively short track job. Look what that rage did. Oh, look here.
Oh, man.
Well, Ashley, that's a pretty good deer, young lady.
We walked out of the field for probably like 30 minutes, came back in, wandered around the field a little bit, worked his way our way, probably, he was at 30 yards, I think. And I made a shot. The crossbow hit the side of the shooting house, and he kind of stood there for a second, left the field, and probably not 15 minutes later, he came back and this happened.
This is your first buck with a bow, right? You've killed those before, but this is your first buck. He's a dandy. Ashley was really excited. I was excited. You know, I love to hunt with the grandkids, and you know, hopefully I've got a few more years I can continue to do that. Now, that old boy had a bad day. He's a dandy.
Next week on Winchester and Drury's Natural Born, we're joining my brother, Wade Robinson, and DoD veteran John Odell in the Lone Star State as they go after the elusive Axis bucks with their PSEs.
Yes, that is seriously so much fun.
Don't miss a single second of this exciting episode.
You grow to love the repetition. Enter at the old elm, Third maple on the right. Maybe today. Maybe not. Sleep, refuel, try again. This time is different. I've elevated myself.
The old adage, you get what you pay for, still holds true today. Reconyx trail cameras have a well-earned reputation of being the most dependable, longest-lasting cameras available. Thousands of cameras we built over 10 years ago are still in use today. And if you ever do have a problem, you can rest assured that we'll stand behind our products with world-class service and support. In the end, you really do get what you pay for. So why not invest in American-made game camera that will be there for you year after year, guaranteed. Reconyx, see what you've been missing.
You're dedicated to the hunt, putting in the time, the sweat, the energy, no matter the cost. During the off-season, in the heat of summer or the cold of winter, scouting, setting up your gear and equipment, and making plans through every step. When it's finally go time, when it's you versus him, that's when you give your best, because nothing is worse than ending a hunt before it begins with unwanted odor. Scent Crusher. Scent off. Game on.
Innovation is in our DNA, bred from a long history of fierce competition and the survival of the fittest. Inheriting the results of nearly 50 years of PSE archery research and development, the Evolve Cam system delivers the smoothest draw cycle ever created without any compromise on speed. PSE Archery's Evolve Cam system. Evolve or get left behind.
We're adding new videos every week, so make sure to click that subscribe button and check out all of our amazing content. This episode of DoD TV was brought to you by Leupold.